Hello guys, in this video I'm gonna break down and list top 15 marketing analytical metrics and features to turn your data into revenue for basically tech companies, software companies, and any other company in a digital sector, right? And why should you listen to me? Well, we drove over $10+ million in pure revenue, cash collected for the organizations by implementing custom data analytical ecosystems, business intelligence, aka custom analytical dashboards, and actually bridging the gap between turning their raw data into actionable insights so they're able to reduce their churn, increase their retention, increase their profits, right? So basically this is what the goal that we're trying to achieve here at Stella. We work with multiple industries from tech, software companies, service-based businesses, and so on and so forth. And here are some of our solutions that we built in the past. You're able to look them up. Also, you can check them down below, okay, in some other videos. And here are some of the testimonials. One of the solutions we created and implemented drove over $8+ million in sales for a company that we've been a part of for less than 12 months, meaning that we only started working with them 12 months ago, right? Now, let's go into it. Basically, I'm applying the metrics. Basically, in this video, I'm going to break down and list down each metric that is the top higher priority that we see across multiple organizations from 7 figures all the way to 9 figures. And every single one of them, analytical features and metrics, has been proven and yields very high results for their marketing teams and overall organization, right? So don't just watch this video and go copy it. Make sure it aligns your goals, needs, and priorities, and then go copy it, right? Now, I'm not going to talk too much about surface level metrics. I'm just going to try to list down the most important ones. Now, let's go here. The goal. Basically, marketing teams are currently struggling a lot. Now, imagine somebody giving you like a map or a map and told you you need to go to the point B, but the map that you're allowed to look at is only like 20%. You cannot look at the whole map. That's very, very weird and almost impossible to get to that end result. Why? Because you don't have full visibility, right? And same example is marketing teams facing, because they don't have full visibility into their whole funnel, meaning they cannot see how data translates from marketing to sales to product to churn to LTV and so on and so forth, and they're not able to align marketing initiatives, like strategies, directly to revenue. That's why you see constantly resulting high CAC, low quality leads, inefficient ad spend, wrongly allocated ad spend, aka paid advertisement costs, and low quality customers that will churn very, very, very fast, right? And this happens all the time in tech industry especially, right? And how to fix that? You need to gain full funnel visibility. How you get that, you can see this diagram here, which is called the data architecture that we implement. Marketing data, sales data, finance data, product data, and so on. All of those data sources from multiple data sources are fetched inside of the ETL, which stands for extract, transform, and load, and then stores inside of what we call a data warehouse, where the data is stored, modeled, and ready to be used for business initiatives, meaning, let's say, business analytics for reporting, making data-driven decisions, uncovering with the bottlenecks, what you need to do, what happened, what might happen next, then using into your AI and machine learning and any predictive analytics situation, meaning basically sky's the limit with data, right? But you get the point what I'm trying to say and what marketing teams are currently facing. Now let's go into it. New users, basically these are one of the North Star metrics. Basically it tells you how many new users that you acquired, new customers, new clients, however you want to define this, used by marketing leaders and other executives. It's a North Star metric, is a more so leading metric, basically because tracking this is probably one of the most important things, because it doesn't really matter if you got a lot of leads, MQLs, SQLs. It matters if you got signed customers and if those customers actually stayed and find the value in your product, right? And how you can visualize this. This is one of the examples of our analytical custom dashboards. How we visualize it, you can see here the new users and 75% up, and you're able to see the comparison metric and granularity. You can pick here down below, and of course how it's visualized in this graph. Very, very, very straightforward and very valuable. The next one is spend versus revenue, aka ROMI. Basically, a lot of companies are usually using ROAS, which is a return on ad spend, which is only telling you how much revenue did you generate based versus your ad spend, aka cost of your paid advertisement. But ROMI is very good because it will tell you the costs that are way beyond just paid advertisement spend, right? Of course, it really depends on your company and your goals and needs, but we found that being a little bit more valuable, because also regards to ROAS, there is so many different ROAS attribution and calculations from each platform that you never really know what's the exact ROAS, right? And sometimes ROAS is just like a metric that everybody glorifies, but it's not the one that you should care about. The one that you should care about is how much leads are you, how many customers are you getting, and are they staying on, right? Nothing else, because the ROAS and roaming can be close to 1 and even less, but you're signing a lot of customers, then it's working all right. You get the point. Used by basically marketing leaders, and of course you're able to see and determine how much you're actually making and how much is your cost, and able to use this for more granular analysis and see what's performing and what's not. It will tell you what happened, are you overspending, are you underspending, and so on and so forth. Are we tracking hitting goals? Here's an example: ad spend 75% up, and you're able to see the comparison between ad spend and roaming. In this example, you're able to see in the June month we spent 30k, and our roaming return on marketing investment we got around 350%, which is very good, again 3.5x. And next one, cost per acquisition. How to calculate this is basically customer acquisition cost, total marketing and sales expense divided by number of new customers. Of course, every single company has a different calculation. This one is the mostly used one. Definition and formula. Probably one of the most important metrics in every single company. You're able to see how your marketing efforts are costing you, and how much and if that cost is actually justifying the quality of leads that you're actually getting, right? It will tell you what happened, why it happened, are we on track on hitting our goals, are we overspending, is our CAC justifying the LTV and the retention of our customers or not, meaning what was the quality of our leads. Important here is to utilize it alongside with the LTV, meaning without it, it's quite worthless, and make sure you segment it by product, traffic source, offer, geographical location, titles, and any other segmentation that your company might have, right? Here's a great example how we visualize this in comparison to through LTV. Here you're able to see 75% down, and you're able to see your CAC and LTV based on specific formulas that every single executive inside of your company agrees on, and you're able to see it month by month, or however you want to see it, by whatever time frame you want to see it, okay, whatever granularity you want to see it. Very good to have, and you're able to gain a lot of information literally in a split of a second. Lifetime value, probably one of the second, or if not the most important metrics for every company. How to calculate it: you have your average order value, average order frequency, average customer lifespan. Of course, a lot of companies will not have or average order value because they're either subscriptions or any different type of pricing, either usage or any other kind that we had and we worked in the past. Of course, that's a little bit differently how it's calculated, but here's like a normal formula that's mostly utilized by majority of the companies, right? And who is using this? Basically anybody in the company, go-to-market leaders, revenue leaders, and of course marketing leaders especially. Now it will tell you basically strategic budget allocation. You're able to see and acquire the customers and segments of the market that will provide you with the highest LTV at the lowest cost. You're able to see and utilize that information to with combination of CAC to determine the profitability of the company and the profitability of the overall campaign, right? Sometimes you're able to justify and allocate budgets to a certain campaigns because you are aware of that it will deliver higher LTV at a little bit higher price, right? And of course, here's some of the actions that you can use to break down LTV by customer and segments. Let's say source, demographic, purchasing power, behavior, titles, product types, and so on. And this will tell you and help you about to segment marketing initiatives and campaigns to target specific segments, so you're able to gain them and increase their retention, increase of course their LTV to gain even more revenue from the specific customer. Alongside you have your CAC and LTV, which is in the combination as always. And of course you're able to see an example how can this be used. Let's say in your product you're able to utilize and see who is utilizing certain features, which titles are using that specific features, and you're able to now use that specific information to educate market on that specific feature, that specific title, and it's more focused, more personalized, and you can increase LTV by by doing certain marketing initiatives or whatever you're doing. But as you can see here, it will provide you very, very, very high amounts of insights, and answers will give you like on the questions like what customer segments are the most profitable and most valuable in the long term, how much can you afford to spend on acquiring a new customer, is our LTV growing over time, like average LTV on a specific segment, most important thing. How does LTV differ from across channel, like lead sources and acquisition sources, and what impact does retention have on our LTV? Make sure to use it in combination with CAC, and of course make sure it's to have it segmented like in this example below. And when I say segmented, I mean in this specific case. Let me just zoom in. As you can see here, they're able to pick and have a combination LTV and CAC, but on the right side you're able to see and click segmentations, let's say North America, like geographical, offer type, and of course traffic source, and of course any other ones that you might have. Influencer marketing attribution. Now this one is like I added here on a get-go, but we see more and more B2C, B2B companies in tech in other sectors utilize influencers, and this is a very key and important part of their strategy, especially in the blockchain crypto space. You need to track and attribute success of those marketing initiatives alongside the paid search and paid socials and paid advertisement. Also do this, so you're able to see and gain and be more effective overall as a company. And things like you need to track things like how much we spent on an influencer, how many leads, meetings booked did they generate, how many what their link clicks are, what's either that be like how much time did they post, how many times did they post, are they actually driving page views, impressions, are they actually driving the revenue, and so on. You're able to see how quality leads are they driving even in, are they actually closing those leads, the sales team, are they actually sticking to it, meaning are those leads actually good. Some of them might be just sign up and churn the same week, and of course any other ones you're able to see, let's say for an example, things like who is the top performer from the influencers, who's currently acting, who's not, and so on and so forth, right? Customizable attribution, right? Now, basically this one is custom made for your organization and needs and priorities. A lot of platforms offer standard attribution like first touch, last touch, scientific, and so on and so forth, which even all marketers don't know how it's calculated, and you don't see the full visibility. But with customizable attribution, because at the start, as I said, we have things and data sources all combined, and we were able to see every single source how works, basically every single thing and every single touch point the customer does, we're able to see it. Of course, things that we cannot track are not tracked, but the majority of the things, okay, your sources that you have, we can track, and you're able to gain the view 100% of their customer journey, which is not linear, as you should know. Now, things why this is important, you're able to see what touch points have higher value and higher intent. Some touch points might have lower value and lower intent, which will help you to make better decisions, gain a competitive advantage, because you're able to see this unique insight and other companies can't. And of course, it'll tell you where you can allocate your budget to be more effective and generate even more revenue, because you're able to see in such a granular manner, right? And of course, it'll tell you things like which channel is the most efficient, which channel is the most underperforming and generating the least amount of revenue, and of course touchpoint importance. How this looks like, we have here multiple different attribution models, which you can pick and see the data depending on that specific filter, and you can choose what attribution model you want to see it for. Here is an example of a journey and why this is important. Let's say a user comes through a LinkedIn campaign, he gets created, he buys, he goes through a Facebook ad, and let's say lead magnet, he buys again, like meaning let's say he's on the second month, and third month he buys again, and then he goes through SEO and he buys, okay, becomes an upsell enterprise plan or whatever it is. A lot of standard platforms might attribute this to 3 unique touchpoints like SEO, Facebook ads, LinkedIn campaigns, and maybe even attribute that SEO did the heavy lifting here. But in reality, everybody knows that SEO was just a middleman in this specific journey, right? And in your case, you're able to see everything in this specific manner. How many days have passed, the platforms, the name and the email of that specific customer, and so on and so forth. Funnel conversions, meaning you're able to see the full funnel from literally from becoming a lead to actually becoming a retained customer, and you're able to see stage by stage and their conversion rates stage by stage, and see where the bottlenecks happen. This is used by marketing and revenue leaders, so you're able to target and optimize your funnel to be the most effective. And of course, you adjust your messaging and content to see where the pitfalls happen. Okay, this will help you to optimize and increase your lead quality and align sales versus marketing, and actually drive more revenue with marketing, because you're actively seeing how your marketing efforts translate to that specific lead becoming a customer, and then of course maybe even upselling them and actually becoming quality customer who retains constantly on your product. And it will tell you what happened, why did it happen, what is the root cause. Here's an example in the marketing full funnel table. You're able to see for per campaign, how many SQLs and all the other acronyms, and of course every single stage by stage conversion rate from literally lead to MQL, MQL to SQL, SQL to SQL, and SQL to deal. Here is a different example inside of the funnel stage in a different visual, which is also great to have. It really depends what's easier for you to see. For some people, the table is much more easier. Full funnel marketing table. This is the table that I just showed above. Basically, it will give you a comprehensive end-to-end view of your entire marketing and sales funnel, tracking each stage by stage and see the whole journey, and attribute that specific metrics, key granular metrics, to the specific campaign, source, channel, geographical location, ad type, and so on and so forth. It will give you basically a complete view of the attribution, optimize the opportunities. You're able to identify the performing and underperforming campaigns in a split of a second, and of course it will align your marketing team to other go-to-marketing teams, like sales and actually revenue. Basically, it will help you to optimize budget allocation. You're able to allocate the budget more effectively, improve lead quality, increase the conversion stages, reduce CAC, and of course increase LTV, and so on and so forth. Basically, it will answer you the questions like what campaigns are driving the highest amount of revenue, what campaigns are actually driving the most amount of SQOs, like high quality leads, what campaigns are driving the leads that our sales team is closing above 37%, what's the average our CAC, LTV, and ROAS for each funnel stage or each campaign, how effective is our lead qualification process, and so on and so forth. How does the lead quality and cost per lead vary across different sources? What customer segments drive the most revenue, have the best retention rates, and so on and so forth. Basically, you get the point of what I'm trying to say. Here's an example of how this looks like. You have the attribution model, the traffic source, offer type, ad campaign, and you're able to see campaign name, paid, ROMI, all impressions, and all the other metrics like MQLs, SQLs, SQLs, cost per qualified lead, CAC, closed deals, LTV, and so on, all attributed to the specific campaign's source, whatever you want to see it. Of course, this is all customizable to your needs, so it might vary company to company. Segmentation, this is one of the crucial and most crucial important things in marketing, and probably anywhere that you're requiring data analytics. Make sure that you're segmenting things based on geographical location, offer type, aka product type, traffic source, and any other different segmentation that you have. It will tell you why it happened, why does this tell you, what should be aware of, which I'm not, and of course it will help you to actually uncover the root cause, meaning uncover the actual bottleneck. And if you don't do this, you're never going to be able to become a data-driven company and actually uncover the bottlenecks in your company. Here's an example of what some company did, which we provided them with these insights. They were able to segment their customer-based offer into the categories, which basically, we segmented customers based on the offer categories they purchase the most, meaning which offers they actually purchase the most frequently. Then we segmented them by title and the highest using feature they were using in the product. We identified the common patterns, and they created and sent personalized marketing notes, offers to increase profits and LTV. As you're able to see, they're able to gain that insights, just do the segmentation to provide and take action upon that. Marketing targets, very important. You're able to see, are you actually performing or not, and how far off you are. Basically, let's say here's an example, 45 of 60K monthly goal, 75% there before we are over the limit in our ad budget, for an example. Here's an example. You're able to see the table that I just showed above in 2 slides ago. You're able to see the exact metrics that are performing in the green ones, and the ones that are red are underperforming, right? Real-time alerts, basically you're able to get and send out live alerts, KPIs of each marketing, basically your marketing reports in Slack or email. You're able to get real-time alerts, meaning if something goes wrong, you're able to get alerted. If certain KPIs goes beyond, drops below certain threshold or raise drastically above, let's say ad spend, you want to get notified so you don't lose money or leave money on the table at least. And also getting the end of the reports, so you're able to get a cohesive view of everything literally delivered at your door, and you just click on it and open it. Here's an example of how it looks like in Slack for sales, but you can utilize this for everybody, any type of analytics, any type of department. Retention cohorts, basically you group customers based on their time of the initial engagement. Okay, let's say that you group them by monthly or weekly depending on your product type, business model, when they become a customer, and you're able to see how long they retain. and you're able to identify when the drop off happens, when you need to increase, when you need to do something else to increase the LTV. You're really able to see the pinpoint the exact bottleneck, right? And this is super important, especially in combination of using product analytics, product analytical metrics. Basically, it'll tell you things like when are we mostly likely to use customers, how effective our retention these initiatives are, when the churn happens, is it at the start, middle, or the end, are the onboarding issues impacting early retention, and so on and so forth. Make sure to use it in the combination of the CAC and LTV. That's crucial. Here's an example of the retention based on the quarters: 63% out of 80% quarterly goal, and we are 21% versus our goal, down, meaning we need to improve this. And you're able to see here the cohort example as well. Basically, how you hear the lead source segmented, the users, as you can see here, by specific cohorts, either that be weekly or monthly, however you decide, and you're able to see how long they stick to it. Either they churn very fast at the start, or very at the end, or even at the middle. Here are some of the standard metrics which I didn't mention, which they are standard. Of course, every single metric has to provide you value, and they shouldn't be surface level metrics. So you can just stop the video and screenshot this or read it through and see if one of them are you missing, and some of the metrics might be valuable to your company. Of course, don't just track it because I said it or because it's in the video. Make sure it aligns your company goals, needs, and priorities, and of course your end user goal as well as company goals. Now that's basically it. If you enjoyed the video and you want to build custom analytical solutions, dashboards, BI, and turn your raw data into actionable insights to drive growth, reduce CAC, increase LTV, and gain insights that nobody else has, you can book a call with our exploration team, and we'll see you soon.